That's why we also fight to get cheaper funding, because we cannot compete with countries that send their companies with cheap money to supply products to Africa. So you know that the Belt and Road Initiative is about providing low-priced money, partly for Chinese associated entities, for the market of Africa to invest, but also to supply a market. It's the same with the EU and its global gateway. They put up 150 billion euros for their companies to supply the growing emerging markets of Africa. Where is Africa's export fund united around low-cost money for entrepreneurs? So in Uganda, we have set up a fund that is able to provide low-cost funding for companies that get orders. Those four things are a response to threats to our national interest. And those ideas come from people like us in the movement who see that the future is not tomorrow. The future is shaped today by our behavior, our individual actions. For me, over the last 40 years, the party has evolved. The movement and NRM have evolved. There are things that we need to take care of. And I'm inviting you to participate mentally, intellectually in this journey so that we can work together. There are new classes emerging. They are emerging, however, without very good understanding of the threats we face, and they require teaching, they require mentorship. When classes emerge, they need a bedrock on which to stand. The bedrock on which to stand is understanding. Now, the degradation intellectually in the movement, to not have thinkers, to not have people who can postulate, do scenario planning, and bring these fresh ideas on how to strengthen the work of the last 40 years, for me, is a threat, but I believe that we can face it with good teaching, with cooperation, with mentorship. The failure to develop a good understanding of the tools at our disposal as Africa and as Uganda to fight back regional geopolitics, geoeconomics, but also internally. Let me give you an example. The whole of Africa possesses some $28 trillion worth of minerals and mineral assets, all of us in Africa. 28 trillion is just 4 trillion shy of the entire GDP of the US. 28 trillion is 4 trillion larger than the economy of China. Africa, we possess 48% of the world's manganese, of the world's cobalt. I can go on with many, many minerals that are now called critical minerals. That we do not have a way to bring significant thinking in education, in manufacturing, in value addition, and simply export these minerals either raw or semi-processed in a small way. We extract a lot of value which we give out and bring in what is of limited value. The tool to deal with that is a national consensus, is a regional consensus, is an African consensus on what is truly important for our continent and our countries. How are we going to do that in Uganda? Through significant, fresh thinking in the movement.